Greetings, it's day 10. We've looked at acceptance, we've looked at gratitude. Today we're going to be looking at faith and trust. That we already know that basically our minds are biased for the negative. We're always kind of more tuned to that and not always so much the positive. We are aware, we are starting to balance out the scales now, which is really good. So we need to then take it a step further. So today we're looking at that, going with the flow. So we're going to be looking at faith and trust and basically surrender. There's a saying called, how do you make God laugh? Tell him your plans. But that's actually quite deep, because if you think about it, our perspective of things is very limited to our five senses. Okay, we microscope in and we see a little part of this picture, a little part of the puzzle. Whereas basically infinite intelligence sees the whole broad spectrum and big picture. So while we're sitting here thinking that we've got a handle on everything, there's much bigger factors at play here. And so often when we then put out our plans of how we want to have things done, which is ultimately complete control, and then the wheels come off and we sit back in overwhelm and disbelief and despair and dis-ease. WTF. That's where the people like Anthony Robbins and Dr. John DeMartini say life is on the way, it's not in the way, and life happens for you, it doesn't happen to you. Dr. John DeMartini has a way of putting it that's really, really cool, where he says, he's kind of gets to meaning that even though we've got the picture of what we think how things should be, and everything comes and basically stuffs it all up. He basically, because we're not aligned to the broader picture of how things are happening, basically everything that comes is bumping us onto the aligned path that we intended to be on. And we're connected to that we have the formless side inside of ourselves, which is the spirit or the soul, whatever you want to call it, and that is directly connected to source, directly connected to the big controls of the whole system. So you basically have to surrender. And basically what is faith and trust? It's basically giving up. And I love that. I give up. You say I give up. You give up. You surrender. You hand it over. And you can hand it over to your higher self. You can hand it over to God. You can hand it over to source, creator, whatever label resonates the most with you. And basically just know that in the big picture of things, you are connected. Everything in life has been infinitely, there are controls that are infinitely way beyond the way anything we can perceive. And I mean, it's proven to us when you see those experiments of that flat metal plate, which they pour sand or something on, and then they play different frequencies through it. And it's quite amazing, is if the frequency is constant, the sand all moves to a specific pattern, and the patterns all match up. They're all kind of mirror images, almost like a kaleidoscope. It's quite incredible. And then you change it to a different frequency and the pattern changes completely, but with those frequencies it goes to the same pattern. That was pretty mind-blowing for me. I mean, everything in the universe isn't at a random chaos. I mean, it takes 365 and a quarter days for our planet to go around the sun. The moon has a specific cycle, and everything is kind of ordered and has its place. So we need to just surrender and trust, because trust and faith is fear reversed. And that's powerful stuff. I enjoy that. So sometimes when you really are in overwhelm and things are, you're wanting to freak out a little bit, just know time to give up, time to relinquish, time to surrender, time to go with the flow. That's exactly what going with the flow means. Give up, relinquish, hand over to the higher. It means having trust and faith in the process. Everything is happening for you and not to you. And that there is a plan. Not always our plan, but there is a plan that there is guidance to, and that we will be shifted around. And from whence we came from, we shall return, and take comfort in that knowledge that all of this was created for us. And it's this wild adventure. And no matter what happens, let's not be attached to the outcomes that we see, but be open to the outcomes that might come along and ask the right questions. How is this serving me? How can this serve my highest good? How is this happening for me? What is the lesson behind of all of this? How would my higher self react? Great. Thanks for joining. Peace out. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow.
The Big Cigar.